Hello, girls and boys. Today I'm going to read you a book called No Such Thing. It's a story about a little boy who moves to a house where he is afraid of the monster under his bed. But what he doesn't know is that the monster is just as afraid of him. By the end of the story, though, they're best friends. I loved this story when I was little because I used to be afraid of what was under my bed. But what I learned was that even though it was just my imagination, it could still be my friend and we could have fun together. So, are you ready? Well, settle back and get comfortable, and I will read you No Such Thing, written by Jackie French Koller and illustrated by Betsy Lewin. Howard loved the old house he and his family had just moved into. He loved all the neat little nooks and crannies in the large windows that nearly touched the floor. He couldn't wait to explore all the funny little closets and cupboards. He even liked the big old-fashioned bed until it got dark. "I think there's a monster under my bed," Howard told his mommy when she came in to kiss him goodnight. Howard's mommy laughed. "This old house is playing tricks with your imagination," she said. "You know there is no such thing as monsters. Now be a good boy and go to sleep." Monster's mommy came in to kiss him goodnight. "I think there's a boy on top of my bed," Monster told her. Monster's mommy snickled. "Oh, Monster," she said, "you know there are no such thing as boys. Go to sleep now." Howard heard her snarl. "Mommy," he cried, "come quick." "What is it, Howard?" his mommy asked. "There is a monster," said Howard. "I heard him snarkling under my bed." Howard's mommy laughed again. "You've been watching too many scary movies, Howard," she said. "I told you, monsters are only make-believe." Monster heard a sneeze. "Achoo!" "Mommy, come quick," he called. "What is it, Mom? What is there?" his mommy asked. "There is a boy," said Monster. "I heard him sneezing on top of my bed." Monster's mommy sniggled again. "You've been reading too many comic books, Monster," she said. "I've told you, boys are only pretend." Howard peeked over the edge of his bed. "Mommy, come quick," he cried. "I can see his tail." Howard's mommy rushed into his room. She picked Howard's jump rope off the floor. "Howard," she said, "I'm losing patience. Tail indeed." Monster peeked out from under the bed. "Mommy, come quick," he said. "I can see his fingers." Monster's mommy came in. She didn't see anything. "I'm sure it was just your pet tarantula. Now go to sleep." Howard decided to take one more look. Monster decided to take one more look. Ah! Howard ran to get his mommy. He's there, he cried. "I saw him looking up at me." Monster went running to get his mommy. He's there, he shouted. "I saw him looking down at me." Monster's mommy took him back to his room. She lifted him up to see the top of the bed. "There," she said. "Now are you satisfied?" Howard's mommy took him back to his room. She knelt on the floor with him to look under the bed. "There," she said. "Are you satisfied?" Howard's mommy tucked him in once more. "Now this is it, Howard," she said. "If I have to come in here again, you are going to be punished. Good night." Monster's mommy tucked him in once more. "I've had it, Monster," she said. "If I have to come in here again, you are going to be twaddled. Now go to sleep." Howard put his face in his pillow and started to cry. He cried and cried. Monster pulled his spiderweb over his face and started to wimple. He wimpled and wimpled. Between sobs, Howard heard a strange sound. It sounded sad. Between wimples, Monster heard a strange sound. It sounded scared. Howard peeked over the edge of the bed. A very sad face looked up at him. Monster peeked out from under the bed. A very scared face looked down at him. "Were you crying?" Monster asked. "Yes," said Howard. "Were you wimpling?" Yes, said Monster. Why? Asked Howard. Because I'm scared of you, said Monster. Boys eat little monsters. Eat little monsters? Howard tumbled back in his bed and laughed. He laughed and laughed. Where did you get a silly idea like that? He asked. Boys don't eat monsters. They don't? Asked Monster. Of course not, said Howard. Then he stopped laughing. But monsters eat boys. Are you going to eat me? Monster started to sniggle. He sniggled so hard he rolled back on the floor and kicked his feet in the air. Monsters eat boys, he cried. That's the funniest thing I ever heard. Where did you get such a crazy idea? Did your mommy tell you that? No, said Howard. My mommy says there are no such thing as monsters. Monster stopped laughing. Really, he said. My mommy says there are no such thing as boys. She never believes me when I hear boy noises at night. I know, said Howard. Mine never believes me either. Howard and Monster sat slowly shaking their heads. When suddenly Howard started to smile. Come here, he said. He leaned close and whispered in Monster's ear. Monster sniggled and nodded. Monster crawled on top of the bed. Howard crawled under the bed. Oh, Mommy, they both cried together. Mommy, come quick. The end.